Now behind me is a solar inverter. An inverter many of you have been hearing about. And just down here, there is lithium energy or lithium battery storage system that has been making a lot of rounds on different social media platforms. People asking, what is it about? Why should I choose it? Now, those questions that you've been having several times, I'm here with an expert from a company that I don't want to introduce, but I want them to introduce themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, together with me, let's welcome Mr. Gideon from K&G. Is it K&G?
It's K&G.
K&G Solar.
Yep.
How are you, Sebo?
I'm okay. How are you?
How is K&G Solar Power?
We are very good.
Okay.
K&G Solar Power is a renewable energy company.
Okay.
Basically, we deal in solar installations and design.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let's go into the short break. When we return, we shall be talking to Mr. Gideon from K&G Power Solutions. So, Mr. Gideon,
yep.
Please briefly tell us about this hybrid solar inverter.
Thank you very much. A solar hybrid inverter, this is a new technology. It is not like the ordinary inverters that we have been using before. The way it works, we have the panels up on the roof, so the inverter does a direct transaction. So during day, when the sun is on, the inverter harvests the power of the panels. It does a direct harvest for your loads or electrical loads. So in this way, why we call it hybrid, solar now becomes the primary source of power. Umeme becomes the secondary. If you have a generator, the generator becomes the tertiary. So on this hybrid solar system, we have a power bank of lithium-ion batteries. Lithium-ion batteries, they work up to a period of between 15 to 20 years. So when the power, the excess power which is consumed off the loads, the remaining balance goes straight to the power bank. So the power bank is to save the remaining balance of power. When it gets in the night or when the sun sets off, the power bank comes in. So the lithium-ion batteries are better batteries compared to the previous batteries that we have been having. Those are the GEL batteries. Because the durability for these batteries, as I've told you, it is 15 years. Yet for the GEL batteries, they work about 3 years. And these batteries come in terms of units. Okay. So if, let me say, your load is about, let me say during day and night, you use about 30 units of power. So we give you a power bank which has about, let me say, 50 units. So in case you use the 30 units, you have an excess of 20 which we can spare. Let me say the weather is not good, so you can use the other 20. The hybrid system works hand in hand with it is an integrated system where we integrate it with your umeme. Let me say if you have a generator, still we integrate it with the generator. So the solar now acts as the primary source of power. Why we do it like this, it gives you a stable, reliable source of power.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing. Interesting. Now, the reason as to why, again, I had to bring this gentleman to actually explain this a lot more is because I know majority of you are used to me talking about farming, everything farming. But why particularly did I choose or pick interest in this solar system is simply because the people that I serve are people that are owning farms, people that are owning schools, people that are owning hospitals, big projects out there that actually rely or need power supply. And then sometimes these farms, these spaces, these places, these facilities are located in way off grid, like deep in the villages where you cannot even, see a pole of, electricity pole. So this kind of solar system comes in just handy. And like I told you, ladies and gentlemen, I'll always bring you legit good things on this particular channel. That's why I'm having Mr. Gideon from K&G Solar Power Company. So for those of you who need, right now we are at a school where Mr. Gideon has just, installed this particular one. Let's talk briefly about the school. What is their load? What's their load need?
On this particular project, we designed them a system which is 30 kilowatt.
Okay.
Here we have a hybrid inverter of 20 kV. Apparently, the school is still expounding. So this system is scalable. So depending on the load which was on ground, we designed a system of 30 kilowatt.
Okay.
But in design, we shall keep on expounding on the system.
Okay, so I see two different inverters. Those are two. Why do I have to have two? Why not have one at a go?
As I've told you, it's a scalable system, and the school is on a single phase. So if you are to give them let me say an inverter of 20 kV, it needs when they're on the power of 3 phase.
Okay.
But apparently the school is on a single phase.
So that's why we have two inverters.
Yes.
Ah, okay. So let's briefly talk about how these inverters are able to generate power during daytime and actually be able to save some for future use or later use or night use or when power actually goes off. I don't know if you get what I'm talking about, but what I mean is currently they're using this. So does it mean that the power that these hybrid inverters are producing are more than what the school requires, that it has the capacity to actually store some?
Apparently what the inverters are producing, it's a little bit more, so that the remaining balance goes to the power bank. So when we are sizing, when we are doing the design, at least we size something which is a little bit bigger, not exactly what you need, so that maybe if you add on more loads, the system can still fit.
Ah, so whatever they are using now, these batteries are able to charge. Let's say we've had a fairly good sunshine, like we are currently experiencing hot sunshine right now. How long will it take these batteries of 30 kV? Is it 30 kV you said, to get full?
It takes about 3 hours of good sunshine
Okay.
to make the batteries go full.
To 100%?
To 100%.
And what amount of solar panels am I looking at?
Up on the roof, we are using panels of 585 watts. 585 watts.
Each panel is 585 watts.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have about 28 panels on the roof.
Wow, that's quite huge. Yeah. It really is a huge system.
The way you see the display now, this is the powerhouse, which is supplying the entire school. The system, it is not bulky. For example, here, these are 2 batteries, and now these are 10 kilowatt, 20, 30. So we are having
each battery is 55.
55.
Okay.
So if you are to use the ordinary batteries, each battery of 5 kilowatt, those are about 4 batteries of 200 Ah, the girl batteries. So here we would have about 30 batteries
for just that 10 kV.
30 batteries of the entire power bank.
Oh,
so
the entire.
It makes everything bulgy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how does the system switch between power and solar? Is it like, does somebody have to come and switch and know that power is back, let me switch to this, or let me switch to that?
The system is integrated all together, and it is automated.
Okay.
So let me say the weather is not good, it switches directly to power.
Okay.
So when it's, actually before it switches to power, when the weather is not good, the panels are not producing enough units, it switches automatically to the batteries, or to the power bank. When the power bank is is, let me say, reduced up to, let me say, 10%, then it switches automatically to the grid.
Ah, okay. Tell us about your services. How do you work in relation to this? Do you, first of all, go to somebody's site and look at their need appliances, or you can have a conversation on phone?
Thank you very much. We are more interested because we don't say we are from, we do it from the domestic level to the commercial level.
Okay.
So even if it is a home, you can go hybrid, because it remains during, you're supposed to pay something every time you're using power, you're emitting electricity bills to umeme. So when you decide to go hybrid, what we are looking at, one, is to have a stable power supply.
Okay.
Two, we are looking at cutting costs. Because when we say that solar now becomes primary source of power, it means when you do the investment, you are no longer paying the bills that goes to umeme. So when it comes to, let me say, commercial setting, for example, like schools, banks, hospitals, normally their power bills come with, when the power bill is a little bit big, let me say 2 million, 3 million and above. So you find that maybe the money you spend annually can be a little bit high. So when you invest into a solar hybrid system, you are certain that the return on investment, maybe within 1 or 2 years, you are good to go. So the rest of the years, you're enjoying the benefits because you have the sun day in, day out. But for the sizing and design, we have offices. Our main offices are in Golobi, Bandari Rise.
Okay.
That is where our offices are. But you can still find us on our channels, on Facebook, Twitter, plus our telephone lines are on. Okay. So you can call in, we do a design or size for you. At times it needs when we come on site.
Okay.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, I bring you things that are actually going to help you, things that are going to make your lives better. Sometimes I don't get paid for this. Sometimes I just do it for my people, my followers. I'll always go wherever you want me to go. It's been a roller coaster for me in the previous months. I've not been giving you guys content, but don't worry. Content is coming. I keep promising you, but this time round, content is coming. I'm going to travel this country until we get all content out there. So let me now head over to the school, which actually brought Mr. Gideon, and find out what exactly the main reason was and how have they found the solar system. So please don't go away. Let me just see Mr. Gideon off. It was nice talking to you, Sebo. So like I told you, I wanted us to talk to one of the school administrators. He's going to tell us his capacity at this particular school. Why did he have to choose to go with Gideon or that company that we've been talking about or two? And then why did he have to choose solar? Welcome, Sebo. How are you doing today?
I'm alright, so how are you?
How is the school?
School is well.
I'm very impressed that you had to choose solar over power. Or why choose solar right now?
First and foremost, this is a school and everyone knows the cost that schools incur annually regarding the salaries and electricity bills and all that.
Okay.
And so we came to realize that we are spending a lot of money on electricity and also considering the number of students we have, some of them are in candidate classes. It is a school that has two sides of syllabus. We have theology and secular, where we have candidates on both sides. Theology, those are the guys those are the students that are studying Islam, and secular for the normal curriculum, and therefore we have candidates. And the area we are operating in a rural area where power outage is a major problem to everyone. And as a way to bridge the gap and have a complete coverage on the syllabus, we had to look for ways of how we can do it, and power outage has been a major problem to us, and we looked for ways of how we can sustain that, and we're like, let's have a solar system that can provide power even when electricity is not there in the area.
Some people think and assume that choosing solar over power is a little more expensive. Is that so?
That's how it always looks when you are from the beginning, but if you are to have a wide look of view, it will always bring you back to a way of saving money. Because in a year you might look at the electricity bills and you realize you spent a lot of money, but when you accept to go by solar, it saves you a lot.
What are you envisioning with this solar system in place?
First of all, we want to have a stable power system where we shall conduct night lessons.
Okay.
A problem that we've been facing for a while because, as you know, candidate classes usually have night lessons and we encourage teachers to teach at night. But here comes a situation where we don't have power and then we're in total darkness where I can't conduct those night lectures. So we hope the solar system will solve that problem and we can have night lessons, we can have early morning lessons like morning preps for personal revision for students and all that.
Okay. Talking about revision and reading books, I remember back then when I was still little and studying back in the village of Bulambuli, guys, we never used to have solar, neither did we have power. All we relied on was this tadoba where we put paraffin and, we were able, but still we were able to go to school and learn. And so I find it quite interesting that you are introducing these, facilities to enable young people. I do understand that you guys are taking care of orphans and all that. Why orphans and not be like other schools where, it's all about making money anyway?
This school is registered under an organization, and the organization is Sun Energy. Also, the school started basically to cater for orphans. We aimed at providing quality education to those brothers and sisters of ours,
okay,
who have lost parents and still need quality education. So we provided a solution to construct a school for them, and then when we had, like, it became a community demand who admired our quality education, we were like, let's bring our kids to study with the orphans, and then we also get a chance of our students having that quality education. And so it's a school that has orphans and non-orphans.
Okay.
But in a way of doing that, them being orphans, we look at giving them quality that others are also getting from other schools. So them missing lessons at night and missing preps because of power wasn't our thing, and we were like, to be fair, we need to have a stable power system that can cater for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, remind them the school again.
It's our third senior secondary school located in Iganga, in Ibukona. Yeah, we have a primary section and a secondary section, and yeah, here we are.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, most especially those that are within the eastern region, particularly Iganga, Jinja, Mayuge, whichever, where, Busia, Tororo, bring children here because the things here are amazing. They are so demure. I highly recommend you to bring your children here because I've seen they really have good quality. So that's all we had for you today. Thank you so much for always choosing Duke Media or Dennis Duke Uganda. Until then, see you again. Go and follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, but most especially on X at Dennis Duke UG. Shout out.